Hi, Yellow 6 students. This is Mrs. Shomura-Takata. I'm here today to talk to you guys about your second portfolio for social studies and your geography interactive notebook. So what you are going to need is this social studies envelope. And I'm going to open mine. And you are going to need this, the social studies portfolio number 2. And it has the dates, and you're going to need only, today anyways, you are only going to need the packet that looks like this, Geography Interactive Notebook. So you will pull that packet out. All you need is this packet. The rest, you can stick it back in your envelope, okay? So for now, all you need is this one. Okay, and it's stapled together up here. Okay? All right. What is on the screen here is the portfolio number 2 paper that is in the sheet protector. And so I'm going to make myself smaller now. So it tells you when this is due, and the learning target is to use geographic representations to organize, analyze, and present information on people, places, and environments, and understand the nature and interaction of geographic regions and societies around the world. So your portfolio number 2 is made up of basically 3 assignments, like big main assignments. The first is the geography assignments. And there, in that one graded assignment, are all of these activities. So when you finish one, maybe you should check it off that you've done it. So geography vocabulary Quizlet, there'll be a Quizlet, continents of the earth, ocean riddles, create your own treasure hunt and map, reading a map, what am I, using latitude and longitude practice, and physical and political maps. So all of these are going to be pieces of work you have to do in order to get the grade here out of 4 points. After we finish all of these assignments and these lessons, you will have a formative for geography, and that is also worth 4 points. And then after that, you will have a summative, which is also worth 4 points. So portfolio number 2 for geography is worth a total of 12 points, and that will become another grade in your social studies Infinite Campus. Okay? So, yeah. This now, I'm going to I'm going to go to the full screen now. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to cut these pages out. So you don't have to number them, but you're going to cut around and leave a little, just a tiny bit of space around each of the black lines. So on this page, you're going to cut this out, and then you will cut this out, and then you will cut each of these out. You're going to want to keep this part attached. This column here, you keep that attached. So you cut on the black line, okay? The next, you will cut out the cloud that says continents of the world. You will cut out this entire map. And then you will cut out this rounded rectangle here. Then you will proceed to cut out each of these squares on the dark line. So we want the name of the continent to be attached to the map. Sorry, I'm going to move the cursor. So you're going to do the rest of them. So these are the 7 continents of the world. Then on the oceans page, you will cut around and keep it as a big rectangle. Leave this up there, and then cut around the rounded rectangle. Then the intermediate directions, you can cut around here, and then you will cut around this big compass rose. And then at the bottom here, do you see these 8 boxes? You're going to cut them out individually. Cut them separately into 8 individual pieces. Then you will cut out what is a map legend, the whole big rectangle here. And then reading a map legend, that rounded rectangle, cut that out. Reading a map, you will cut this whole entire page out as one big page, okay? Next, you have something that looks like, I don't even know if you guys are old enough, an iPod. It was a music player. You'll cut this out here, and then you will cut this rounded square out and that rounded square out, okay? Then you will cut the latitude and the longitude out completely. Then you will cut out, locate the equator and prime meridian. You will cut this whole entire piece out. And then you will cut out these 2 arrows, okay? And then last, you will cut out this political map and the physical map. You're going to cut down the middle here. So this part here is one piece, and this part here is another piece, okay? And then you're done with the packet. Okay, so in my next video, I'm going to show you how to glue them in. But right now, I just want you to cut these out. So go ahead, pause the video if you need to, and make sure you cut them out correctly, because that will be important when you're putting this together in your composition book. Okay, so I'm gonna pause. Hi guys, I'm back. I'm going to now make it all of me. So I finished cutting out my packet, and it came out to a bunch of papers like this. So what I'm going to do in the rest of this video is show you what each page should look like, okay, after you've cut it out. So this is the front, okay? Do you see how it's cut out? It's not perfect, it's okay. Next, you would have this. What is geography? And do you see this line here? I would like you to fold on that line here, because when we do these interactive notebooks, we have like things that flap open. So what we're going to do is we'll end up gluing this top part to the paper, and then you can flap and see stuff under it. So please fold this, okay? Nice and firm. Then we have this, 2 basic types that you won't need to fold. Then you should have these 2 things that look like 2 little books. I'd like you to fold on the solid line for both of them, because these are going to be a flap with a P. Okay, so like this, fold, and then this one. Fold it forwards and backwards so that it just easily, okay? Next will be this. Now, as you can see, I didn't cut it out super neat, but this will work. After that will be this map of our world. Now, do you see the line here? It's a dotted line. Go ahead and fold on that dotted line, because we're going to hide something underneath that map in your composition book, okay? So it's going to look like this, and you will fold it up, okay? So I'm just making a pile of it. Underneath that will be this, and so this is just cut it out like that. Then you have the 7 continents. That should be next. After that, you have these 7 continent boxes. Now, I put them in alphabetical order. So the first one is Africa. The second one is Antarctica. The third is Asia. The fourth is Australia. The fifth is Europe. The sixth is North America. And the seventh is South America. Now, When I glue them into my composition book, I'm going to glue them in this order. What I would like you to do is on all the solid lines, fold them so that they will flap, because we're going to be writing, you're going to be writing information about each continent under the continent's flap. Okay, so I did that to Africa. Please do it with me. And if I'm going too fast, you can most certainly pause this video. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Second is Antarctica. I'm folded it on the line. Next, I'm going to do Asia. Okay, nice solid fold, strong crease, Asia. Okay. After that will be Australia. So I'm going to fold that forward and backwards. Okay, Australia. After that will be Europe. Fold it forward and backwards, because we are creating flaps with a P, because we are going to be writing and putting information under it. Then North America, fold it forward and backward. Okay, so it's like this. Then last is South America. So forward and backward. So please make sure you have all of these flaps, okay, for the 7 continents. Don't lose them. The next page is the oceans. And I would like you to fold on the solid line here, making a flap, because we're going to be putting information under there as well. So forward and backwards like this. Okay, oceans. And then after that will be the actual name of the bodies of water. And though you don't need to fold this, okay, just make sure it's cut out. Okay, next, intermediate directions. Now, excuse me, I gotta grab my scissors here. This one I asked you to cut out like this. But for this one and this one only in this group, I would like you to cut on the dotted line, because we are going to just make this guy flat. It's okay that we don't have this one a flap. So you saw I asked you to have it like this, but now I'm telling you to cut this and leave it like this, and this you can throw away. Okay, so this is just the heading now. All right. The next one. Now this one you're going to have to be kind of careful with, because it has 8 of these little itty bitty pieces. East, south, northwest, southeast, northeast, north, west, and southwest. Okay, now all of these are going to go along with this compass rose. Okay, so we're going to be gluing this on, and in the next video I'm going to show you how to glue it, but I just want you to make sure you have all of these pieces that go with this. Okay, next, what is a map legend? On this solid line, I would like you to fold it, because we are going to make this a flap with a P, flap, forward and backwards. Okay, so that it will open like this. Okay. Next is this reading a map legend. This is just flat, just have it cut out like this. Okay. The next page was this one that was the whole page. Reading a map. So just make sure it's cut out like this. That's all you need to do with that. After that is this iPod looking thing. So you should have cut it out like this. And then you should have cut this out like this. For this one, on that dotted line, I want you to fold it. So I'm folding it forward and backwards. Okay, so that it's a flap. Okay, and then you should have this. So actually you have flap and then you have this one. These all go together. Next will be this latitude and longitude. And I want you to fold on these solid lines here. So longitude, I'm going to fold forward and backwards because we're going to turn it into a flap, giving a definition of what longitude is. Okay, so fold it like this. Latitude, fold it front and back also. And again, I want to remind you, if I'm going too fast, the beauty of this is that you can pause it. So please use that pause. So latitude should look like this as well, okay? Next is locate the equator and prime meridian. This is just flat. We are not going to fold this. This just stays like this. But you need these two guys. And as I'm looking at this, I cut one of them off, the equator. So it should be an arrow like this. My equator has lost part of its arrow. I made a mistake. It's not the end of the world. You guys will understand. So you need to keep these two. And then my last two pieces, physical and political map. So I'd like you to fold on that dark solid line there. So I'm going to fold forward and backwards because you guys are going to be putting some notes as to what makes a physical map. And we're going to fold this guy too. What makes a political map? Now these are all the pieces you are going to need for your geography interactive notebook. In the next video, I'm going to put together the pieces, and I'm probably not going to talk much. I'll just be showing you what needs to be flat, glued flat down, and what needs to be a flap. So you're going to want to follow that as well. Okay, I think it'll just be easier. So just make sure you've done this, and then when you glue down your pieces into the composition book, follow the next video. Okay, so thank you. I will see you in a little bit. Bye.